empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me, hold your hand while the pain was over, keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you.
Alright guys, welcome back to another K7 Live stream going on here. We got the open play-in league hardpoint. It's just me here, Korn and Kamika coming at you tonight here. I am the world's shittiest caster. But we got some Vanguard Live going on here for you guys tonight where we got Alpha Bravo, but these essentially are two teams that we hopped into a match for earlier. They were actually not scheduled to be on the stream tonight, but we had a match in the other lobby, and we're here. I'm going to mention the team names here in a bit, just to kind of report what's going on in terms of which teams are playing on the alpha side, what team is playing on the alpha side, and what team is playing on the alpha side. sure if you guys can hear me on the stream, by the way. Just do a little quick check if you can hear me, or if you can hear my voice and the volume. If everything sounds good to you, let me know. This is the first stream of the season, so I'm just looking to kind of kick it and get it started. As we got a couple good trades here in the middle of the map going on right now. We're on 58 to 45. The game started pretty well with 7-1. We kind of missed a little bit at the beginning of the game, and we went a little bit to. We started the stream right in the middle of the game where it was 17 to 16. As Bravo is coming back here with the lead at the very last seconds of the play. Got a lot of things going on tonight in the K7 League. We're going to try to get you some quad feeds in terms of what other teams are playing in the league right now. It's a single Elim bracket, best of 3. Free entry. We got another one coming up next weekend. It's going to be pretty much 2 rotations of, they're going to play SMB and hardcore. Just kind of get the league a little used to the codcaster settings, get the teams used to, scrimming. Kind of call it like a glorified scrim, right? In terms of what we got going on. Big gunfights going on here in the middle of the map, essentially. Solus getting some good kills here. Carrying that SCG-44 on him. Goes down. My god, I'm trying to get you guys the team names to keep you guys informed of what's going on here. So much going on in the server, I'm getting tagged. I was supposed to be doing this by myself tonight, but, kind of puts me on the spot for whatever is going on. And I'm actually kind of excited for the final and the semifinal, and pretty much what the end of this entire tournament brings with some kill streaks coming on. And Hardpoint switched over to the boat. M19 coming out. Dust goes down, Beta goes down as well. Some good trades going on the map. Like I said, guys, I'm not the world's best caster. Actually, gotta see if the stream can hear the chat now. Volume's too low. Aim is good, you're low. Okay, good. So that's why I asked. Because I want to make sure that, everybody can hear me while I'm on stream. Actually, I know how to fix that real quick. Right there for you guys. So, my volume should now be a little bit better. You guys can tell me on stream, okay? Would appreciate y'all. Giving it there's a 15-second delay on the stream, so I just kind of want to give it a second so everybody can still see if the volume is a little better now that we are live. So, on the left side on Alpha, we got CTC Gold. Now, I didn't get the chance to change any names because, like I said, this was an unplanned stream. Kind of came into this game. It wasn't supposed to be this game. I was actually supposed to catch a little bit of the Alpha side, a little bit down towards, the next set of rounds. But like I said, this is a single Elim tournament as CTC Gold, which is the Alpha side, by the way, taking the lead here, 120 to 94. Trying to find you who the Bravo side is. They, Okay, this is the Royals Gold, so I just wanted to make sure. So, okay, for those of you that are tuning in on the stream, on the left side we have CTC Gold, which is Alpha. This is why this stream is going to confuse the shit out of me. But on the Bravo side, we have Royals Gold. So, Royals Gold, again, right side, the ones that are trying to push the tank right now. Solus kind of laying down, trying to get a shot, but it's Nippy just really putting in a bunch of shots while he's taking on the tanks. Skill streaks coming in, 185 to 95 as the Alpha side goes down. Again, that's CTC Gold. And Trample goes down. Big trades here in the middle of the map. And possession still seems to be good on the Alpha side as Blue is taking big control, doing a 100-point club right now. Here in the middle of the point, Trample putting in some kills with that MP40, running around, protecting. Just kind of like playing a little bit of support here in the OBJ. As you can see, pretty much 3 of the teammates on the CTC Gold side have about a minute in the point other than Lego. Lego's just kind of going out there and now slaying 21 and 18. 25 and 19 for Harassed. Tremple's got 26 and 20. And I'm gonna butcher your name, bro, but Exmit 31 and 22. He's on a streak. He's on a 1 streak, but now he wasn't anymore. Harassed on the 3 streak with that MK40, just kind of frying, man, and still keeping this at a 100-point advantage. But now the Royals Gold, the Bravo side, getting in the point here. Trying to do what he can for the team, and there goes the kill streaks going at it. MP40 action all around the map for some of these teams. STG, MP40 seem to be the big gun metas for this Vanguard season, kind of leading to you guys in the Call of Duty this year. Excited to see what kind of twist is going to happen, you know, with the gun culture. A lot of GAs being played here in a lot of different tournaments. You know, I can't wait to see what the pros actually choose to GA. That's what we typically follow in the league. When GAs come around, you know, NAs and NAGAs and pro GAs are technically a little bit different. Some of them similarities, but you know, it depends on where you are demographically. For this, but Trample Blue kill feed for the entire side of CTC Gold, just going off 32 and 22. Was on a 4 streak until that kill streak took him out, and Harassed coming into the point, couldn't chow him, and it's Beta and Elim just trying to hold that point time, can't do it here. Looks like this hard point's gonna come to an end, but no, the red team still trying to pull in. In the last 7 seconds of the point, they got to rotate. As if you look at the map here, the rotations look like to be on. And red and blue pulling in right now. The point is contested here as Royals Gold try to fight for the point. Couldn't do it. Back in the point now. It is in control of Royals Gold. They got still 45 seconds of this point time to catch up. This could be a big play, a big shift in terms of spawn advantage here for them. But Lego kind of trying to creep up on the top of the bar. Contested as Beta goes down, Lego goes down, trades going out everywhere. Point is still under control here of the Royals Gold team. As nobody's on the point, but then they go back again on the point. Beta kind of trying to watch the top of that, seeing shots coming out everywhere as CTC gets back control of that map. And point gets tested here. And that's it. Alpha wins. Alpha again is that CTC Gold team, 250 to 162. That is the first map in the books for them. If they win the next one, that's the advancement placement in the bracket for them to move on to the next set around of teams. Harassed really went off. As you know, my favorite player to watch there was really Trample. I think I'm saying his name right. Trample. And it was a good game. I mean, 100-point club for them. They did really well coming out here on their first game. Just mad excited to see some of these teams play. Going to cut you to a little break because I'm having some stream difficulties and a bunch of messages and some mass confusion going on in terms of the audio feed of the stream and the video feed. Just let me know how the video feed's coming out because I'm trying to stream at a better bit rate for y'all. Not the best computers here, but we'll be right back after this break.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the Tahoe closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
Oh my god, I was doing the stream the whole time. But anyway. Alright, so we're kind of back to the action here of what's going on. Kind of forgot about the settings about the Codcaster whole ordeal. The Royals are actually on the left side, and CTC Gold is actually on the right side. For fuck's sake, I gotta get that shit right next time. Porn, are you still here with me? Alright, he stepped away. But anyway, playing some hardpoint again, okay? Again, I'm the world's shittiest caster, so that's why I don't cast, I just produce. But looks like the Royals taking a good lead advantage on this map, 34 to 14. We're gonna see what's gonna go on. So the blue side, guys, again, that's the Royals gold. The right side, that's actually CTC gold. So for those of you that are tuning in, you know, right? God damn it, Hero, you screwed everything up, bro. That's what's going on with the stream itself. Alright, so kind of back to the game. I was just kind of trying to hear the stream and see if my audio comes great. So I think my audio issue got fixed for the stream. That's one thing. No, COD could never be perfect whenever we started, but a good match going on right now. 45 to 42 here as, oh shit, he got taken down pretty well. Beta on top, kind of looking around, you know, for the next rotation.
Yo, Harry, you're muted in Discord.
I think they're kind of playing rotations a little better from the last game for the Royals. They're really kind of getting out there and playing a little bit better. But we're going to see how the game's going to follow through for them in terms of how the team and the communication and comms go. I really wish we could do listen-ins, but this is like a little quick tournament. So I just want to, you know, kind of go through some of the games that are being played tonight and showcase a little bit of what's going on around some of these teams playing. And it's, oh man, Eximi took a shot there to the chest as Solus kill feed is just going back and forth between teams now, kind of mostly red. That is CTC gold, making a huge comeback here for them. They were down probably about 15 plus points. Now the lead is getting tied 62 to 62 as they still hold the point. Lego being the man for the team. Each of them are dividing their point time really well. Yeah, Corn's not talking, Carrie. Each of them are dividing their time really well in terms of the hill for CTC. It's a great team. You know, I've seen them play in other leagues, and you know, they're doing really well. I mean, this is their gold squad. Obviously, they got some other teams for their organization. They host some tournaments as well. Check them out on Twitter, you know. And, you know, great team in general. But anyway, kind of going over to the Royals Gold. This is the first time I see them play. Pretty much anywhere. You know, they weren't in our qualifiers. They weren't in our league. But, you know, just coming out here, having a great time. You know, they're taking the lead again. 20 plus points now. You know, trying to maintain that point control as Dusk is really trying to just stay in the point for the whole team. And it kind of goes to the advantage of CTC now. Again, teams are inverted. Those of you that are watching and joining the stream, teams are inverted. Forgot about the whole stupid Codcaster setup. It's just weird how they do that. I don't know why. But anyway, Solus trying to make his way up all the way to the top. Trades as he gets him down. Lego goes down as he did see him try to make the trade. There, taking a top-down view of the map. Blue trying to get into that point. Really maintain hill advantage there for them as this next point unfolds out. Guys, thumbs down for hero casting, because it's been a while, man. It's been a while. COD is totally different. I love this game in general. There's a lot of potential here for small organizations like all these teams playing. You know, in general, there's just a lot of really great potential for some of the orgs. And you know, for the game itself, even the COD League is going to pop off, I think. With all the lands coming back and you know, the restrictions that they're imposing, or hopefully COVID is over by summer, which, knock on wood, probably not going to be. You know, there's a lot of great games to come, a lot of good roster changes in the Pro League as well. In terms of, you know, the announcement with Optic going to Texas. That's super exciting. I mean, big rivalry in the past, but, you know, I mean, it's cool for them. You know, they come a long way and, you know, took the rivalry out of the way and harassed coming up here on the point. I was just kind of like talking and seeing what was going on, and Harass is, yeah, he's a highlight player for me. Harass definitely he got the kill cam for the last game, but he's definitely popping off here for this CTC side. Trample as well. This game not coming in so hot because they're just evenly dividing the OBJ time for themselves. And so you still see the Royals again. Blue team is the Royals. I'm gonna invert that after. They're just playing a little better now. They got a pretty much a 40-point lead, but as I said that, I cursed it to a 30-point lead for them. And Solus making some good trades, kind of looking in. Didn't see the guy on top. Solus goes down. Solos. I'm gonna call you Solos. Making trades, couldn't finish it off right there. Trample in the point here. About to get to that 50-second marker, trying to break the 1 minute in the hill. Sees the point man, here he comes. He is stunned, or flashed, not stunned. Now looking at a top down, he's the only guy here on the map, on the side, playing the point. Harass, trying to come up here on the back. He's trying to push spawn advantage here as he takes him down. Harass checking, didn't check his corner of the back, forgot about the guy that was over there. I saw him also walk there when he's Lego making trades. Lego going big for them right now. CTC, man, they flipped this game around. 163 to 140. Grenade going out for Lego. That was a kill. Oh my god. I remember in the Modern Warfare season, Tugboat was actually boxing, and somebody just chucked a random grenade and actually killed somebody. It was hilarious. But Beta, we're on here with him as he gets blown up. Oh man, this guy this point, but he's really slaying this round. The 3-piece, somebody says that in the comment. Awesome, man. Thanks for coming down to the stream, participating. 11 viewers. Yeah, that's what you get when heroes like that. 11 viewers. Not the best. Not the best. Somebody needs to phonetically help me say this guy's name, because as bad as a caster as I am, and as illiterate as I am, not the best guy. I think it's Smithy or Smitty? Smitty. It's probably Smitty. Alright, I'm not gonna talk about that. But anyway, Lego going down. Long trying to get the 3-piece. Gets 2 as harassed. Finds and picks up 2. I thought he was gonna get 1 because the guy was right by the door. He ends up picking the second one. Harassed, taking that point, trying to finish this out, and then miss out for CTC. Trying to look for a 2-0 clean sweep here. Lego has got a good height advantage here in terms of trying to get the guys at mid-cut. Lego's reloading, going down. Got the 3. Here comes Harass. Hunting people down. Harass with his MP4. Yeah, I kind of like that skin, man. I want your gun now. Anyway, going over to the blue side. Dust goes down. Beta goes down. Solus about to go down. Gets killed. Balanced off here now, and all they need to do is CTC needs to get on this point and finish it off, and it looks like they can, because now that whole kill feed went red for them. Harass was in the point. 30 seconds left. They can win off of this one unless the point gets contested, as it does. Big push here by the blue side. Blue side goes down. That is the Royals trying to take it over. The Royals get a good control here as everybody pushed for that last minute. You know, nothing is possible, man. You know, you gotta push really well. Solus trying to make trades, couldn't land any of the bullets. People coming up slowly. Oh my god, trades off for each other. Beta trying to go over already to the next point. He's already at the next point. Yeah, sorry, it's stupid of me. I was looking at the one that was already blue. Beta goes down, couldn't get the trade. Dusk is the only guy left on the point. They gotta hurry it up here, as you can see. Red's gonna make a huge push. This is the push to make it win it or break it. Oh my god. Dude, if he stays on this point, oh come on, man. How can you not get the door behind you? Beta goes down. Point is under CTC's control. Looks like they're gonna finish it off here. And that's CTC taking the last bit of the points, and it goes down here. CTC, not Royals gold. CTC wins this 2-0. Again, inverted. But, you know, great sets of games here. This one's a lot closer. But it was pretty intense to watch. As the Royals side. My god, man. Great plays here. GG's for both sides. Just great sets of games. Great sets of games. We're going to be right back after this break. I'm going to try to find you another stream to talk about and to see and to watch, which I think they're going to have me on standby here. We'll be right back after this.
used to being forsaken. Go on my own now. Feels like home in our ruins. Followed you into the night. Couldn't let you leave once you leave. Oh, nothing left. Come daylight. Come daylight.
Heaven just knows what it wants. Will I go back to the place where I belong? Everyone could break my heart, but I try my best to not fall apart. And I found it hard to let go. The memories keep me together. Gotta fight till the end, no pressure, no pressure. And I find it hard to say no to the ones who want something better, to the ones who never say never. You'll be my pleasure. I got nothing to be scared of, because where people live, there is always love. I know the answers in my heart, so I'll try my best to not fall apart. And I find it hard to let go. The memories keep me together. Gotta fight till the end, no pressure, no pressure. And I find it hard to say no to the ones who want something better, to the ones who never say never. Will you be my pleasure? Find it hard to let go. Memories keep me together. Gotta fight till the end, no pressure, no pressure. And I find it hard to say no to the ones who want something better, the ones who never say never. Will you be my pleasure?
You stole my heart of gold after my city. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
You can lead the way. Dance with me, baby, a cure for the heartbreak. Dance with me and let this old record play. Let it play, baby. Let it play, baby. Dance with me and let this old record play.
Without you here, can't sleep, can't breathe. I need you here, right next to me. Thoughts in my head, racing. We can't go on like this anymore. I'm done with the games, quit playing. I'm over it. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Oh, yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you. Shawty, summer fine, summer fine. I saw you right up in the summertime, summertime. I tried to make you mine, it wouldn't work. Put in work, I had to push you first. I lost my mind, went berserk. I feel like Uzi Vert. Vivian Westwood chain hanging right around my neck. Balenciaga kicks 44 when I step. Summer fine, summer fine. I saw you right up in the summertime. But now I stay inside all the time, wasting away, waiting for you to call one more time. Without you here, can't sleep, can't breathe. I need you here, right next to me. Thoughts in my head, racing. We can't go on like this anymore. I'm done with the games, quit playing. I'm over it. So I had to let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Hey, yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. I've been up for 3 nights. My eyes are bloodshot red. Damn, I wanna see the sunshine. It's getting to my head. One look in the mirror, don't like what I find. I know that somewhere in there there's a good guy, but he runs away at midnight. I'm sorry that I stole your car. Ain't got those tattoos on my arms that don't mean shit to me. Maybe you should pull the alarm. So feelings are perfect and I wish I were the same. Making bad decisions, it should be my middle name. I love playing with fire, it's my favorite. Watch it burn my whole house down, not feel a thing. One look in the mirror, don't like what I find. I know that somewhere in there there's a good guy, but he runs away at midnight. I'm sorry that I stole your car. Ain't got those tattoos on my arms that don't mean shit to me. Maybe you should pull the alarm, so I don't take it way too far. Die before I'm 23. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom.
Well, this is what happens when I'm out of my medicine. There's collateral damage. I gotta go.
Alright, guys. Kind of back here. We're just kind of sitting in kind of like a queue. We're just waiting for some of these games to get reported so we can hop into a match here. I know that one of the matches just had I think a dev error or some kind of a issue that's going around with like private dedicated servers in terms of the lobby. But Corn is back. Corn, are you still there? Alright. He is back because he texted me, but he's probably not on the stream on the mic. But yeah, we experienced a pretty good game. CTC Gold and the Royals Gold. That's why it screwed me up at the beginning of the stream because I didn't know what the hell was going on. Obviously, other than the name being wrong on the stream, that's one of the things I got to learn and kind of get used to. This game's a lot different in general when it comes to the Codcaster. I think this game has still some kind of broken aspects, but anyway, we're kind of back in this play-in weekend. This is the first one. This is the first thing we host out of like everything else that we did. We ended season 3 on Black Ops. GG's to Valiant Gaming that won that title against Natural Talent. But we're in a new season. This is Vanguard. We got some play-in weekends coming around. This one tonight. It's probably going to end tonight based on how some of the matches are going. Best out of 3 single Elim. Goes pretty fast. But, if we need to, we can extend the finals to get a nice stream tomorrow if the players are okay with that, or even the semifinals till tomorrow. But, $100 up for grabs here, no entry fees, all of our play-in weekends. For those of you that are watching the stream or who will watch the VOD, please don't, you can skip all of my codcasting because that was horrible. Anyway,
Hero's the best podcaster to ever do it, guys. Don't get him twisted.
All of these play-ins are free. They are money up for grabs. It is winner takes all. It's not the biggest prize pool, but it is money to take away, and it's something to put on your COD career that, you made money in wagers, but it's not wagers.
Not everyone can say that.
Anyway, we got another one. Apparently, Sledgehammer Games is going to be fixing and patching up the bomb glitch that happened in S&D. I see some leagues that still run the S&D and their variants and their styles. And, people don't really have too much of a complaint with it. But they're running it, so we're gonna run it as well next week. But the bomb glitch will be fixed. We'll be doing S&D and Hardpoint. Maybe we'll see if they drop what the third game mode is gonna be. Which, if you guys want to predict in the shout box, a lot of people are saying capture the flag, but I don't really see this game bringing capture the flag back. But Corn says differently. I don't know if you're still there, Corn.
I am. Hello.
You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, well, they could hear me on the stream. I don't know if you can hear me now. But
You are talking. Hold on.
yeah.
And
a production.
Yo, say it again.
Oh, I was saying beforehand that my mic is incredibly loud on stream.
Is it? Oh, can you hear
Yeah.
yourself on stream?
I heard it because I came back and I was like, oh, dude, you're the best podcaster because you were doubting yourself. And I was like, you're the best in the world.
No,
But
that was terrible. Because that was really bad. You know what's
look,
happening?
I had it on in the shower and I was loving it.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, dude.
I don't think it is.
I'm not gonna comment.
Listening to a man's voice in the shower
Oh, can I get
while you're naked and wet.
Oh yeah. But Comic is coming on pretty soon. You guys will have the real deal on stream. Right now, I'm just trying to find a game for us to get into and just kind of cast.
Yeah, do you need my ninja still?
Huh?
Do you need my ninja still?
No, no ninja, Not yet.
No ninja? Oh my goodness.
Ninja, bro. But you play this game a lot though, right?
Sure.
So
of course.
Tell me what the pros and cons are here.
Of what?
Of this game.
Of the game?
In terms of how do you think the GAs and the gun metas are kind of shifting?
That's a great question. So let's just sit down and talk about it, the basics. I was actually thinking about this a lot in the shower. One of the things that I'm gonna love to see is how the pros versus the amateur scene is gonna go about GAs this season. Because last year the pros had a rule set of what they wanted to do with the GAs, and then some of the guys in the amateur scenes who were playing big tournaments before the pro scene had started up were like, no, this needs to be GA'd. And so they basically made their own rule set. The rule set was dog. And then the pros were like, how are you guys even playing this? Yada, yada. And so then basically the entire amateur community came together and said, you know what, we can't do this on our own because there's way too many of us, number one, and number two. We're too inept as a collective to be able to make our own GA list. So we're just going to follow the pro set. So we're probably not going to see a full GA list again until probably the first couple of weekends of pre CDL startup, when some of the tournaments are going on beforehand, like kickoff tournaments for the actual CDL season to start. Yeah. That's when I think the GA list will kind of come to fruition. But for right now, I know the Mutineers and Rocker, when they were scrimming the other day, they were trying things with no gammon bombs on the map just to see how that was going to play out. The damage mags obviously are atrocious. I mean, if you ask me in the general sense how I feel about this game, pubs are meh. I could do without some of the 1 and 2 taps that I get, and especially gung-ho shotguns running around on Das Haus. But, that's neither here nor there. Competitive, though, overall, I've had a really fun time playing competitive. This is probably the most fun I've had, at least on launch, playing a Call of Duty game in quite some time in the competitive standard of things. I think Sledgehammer always has us in good hands when it comes to competitive, so I think we're in for a really good year with that. But we just have to kind of see where it goes from here, because with these custom matches having, actual, server client servers for us to use without it having to be peer-to-peer play with one person hosting, it's just so much better.
Yeah. I agree. I'm just kind of excited to see where the realm of things really go, kind of think of it. It is a total different game, total different. For me, it's just even the podcasting on this is unbelievable. As I had a lot of difficulties in terms of trying to get the teams correct. It was tough. I hopped into the game, and they're like, all right, hop in, and they put me on caster, and then, when I went to caster, I went to go change the team settings, and the guy started the game. I was like, oh, well, screw me, But,
well, that is tough.
And then, I went to go do the right thing to change the names to the teams, and I changed it wrong. Apparently, the Bravo team is the left side, and the Alpha team is the right side. And I know Comic has said this to me, 200 times yesterday. Yo, don't forget. But, what happened? Hero forgot.
What happened? Hero forgot.
But that's why you don't have Hero cast. That's why you don't have Hero controlling everything, because things will break down. And not to mention, I started having, so many audio issues. But, were you talking to me the whole time I was talking and kind of, just sitting here until, I...
No, I maybe said, 2 things.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I caught you right when you started saying it.
I was making some bread with some peanut butter.
That's delicious.
It's carbs and protein. It's literally all it is. So
That's magically delicious.
honestly, when you, I'm not gonna go there right now, but when the nights get long and you need something to eat, well, that's your go-to right there. Especially with a beautiful glass of water next to you.
Yeah, that's a Rogue Energy commercial right there. But anyway, just kind of update you guys. I wish I had all these funky little screens, but kind of playing around with the stream this year. The stream software I have totally changed. But we're just waiting on one or two round two games to be reported in, which is Hype Esports and We Love COD. That's a great team name. I bet they don't like COD. Reverse Gaming and Lunar Academy also waiting on their match results for round two. Round three games are looking to get underway, as we have the Wheat Buns and Vibey squad taking each other on. Violence Platinum, Team Final Strike. That's a big team that I'm actually looking forward to see. If they win this round, Corn, they go to play CTC Gold in the quarterfinals, which it's gonna get interesting, man. I just saw them playing AGN, I believe, the other night, where Kamika and Brett were casting, and that was a hell of a game. They just wrecked everything. Yeah. What are you gonna say?
Oh, I was actually just wondering if I could get a link from the bracket out of you.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro.
I appreciate that so much.
Maybe if I streamed it to you, right, it would have been helpful.
Yeah, maybe just a touch.
Yeah.
Just a touch.
But we got the bracket. We got the bracket going on here. Let me see if I can actually get this on stream. I probably can because I'm just hero. Yeah, I do. I can. So let's get this on stream, really.
Oh, you're telling me I'm gonna have to cast Desert Siege? You want to put me through hell?
I guess I want to put a lot of people through hell.
Yeah, you want to put everybody through hell. Oh,
that's Kamika's idea, bro. Don't.
Kamiko is the one who decided, oh, let's put Desert Siege in. I mean, I guess he's never had good COD takes, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I told him, hey, let's just pick a lucky map for the people, and then they're like, who the hell added Desert Siege to the map rotation?
You really got to think. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, maybe not the greatest map, maybe not the best map to do that with, but we're gonna do it because it's on there, and there's not much else that we can do.
Right. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. What is that? That is the next round of games. Wow, that's a great way to kick off the quarterfinals. Is just Desert Siege. But I did get invited to a game. Oh my!
You got to think that's probably the best thing I've heard all night.
Yeah, other than my casting, right?
Oh, second to none.
Second to none. Alright, well, that is the brackets right there for you. For those of you that could see it on there, we're kind of going to go back to our little graphic here. As we kind of wait for this lobby setup, they're just inviting the teammates over and kind of getting things a little bit situated.
I'll say this right now. I don't know if you want to or not, but you've been vamping for quite some time. So if you do want to kick it to a break, you can do that to give yourself a little bit of a breather.
Thank God somebody realized. No, but we're gonna take this a little quick break here, mute our mics, and we'll be back as we wait for this lobby to get started and underway. And as we will see some. Let me see here. We are gonna be casting, by the way. Oh my God, really? Like, I already butchered Smitty's name all night tonight. Feel bad for the guy.
Oh, is it that match that you're hovering over? Do you want me to say it for you?
Yeah.
Los Pebles. I had it in my head, and all of a sudden, when I started to say it, then Los Plebes. Los Plebes de Sinaloa.
Los Pueblos de my God, bro.
Look, I'm white as can be. English is my first and only language, so poggers.
All right, we're taking this to a quick commercial break. We'll be back as we get back into this play in action. See you here in a bit.
I want you to stay. 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 I want you to stay.
I can feel how I'm changing. I don't know if I'll ever go back. All the ways that you make me, build me up on the things I lack. I don't ever wanna lose you now. 'Cause I don't think I'll make it here without. 'Cause it's you and only you. 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 I don't know where the time goes. It just flies when I hold you close. In my arms with your eyes closed. For the first time I've got hope. I don't ever wanna lose you now. I don't think I'll make it here without. I don't ever wanna lose you now. I don't think I'll make it here without. 'Cause it's you and only. 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 Because it's you and only you.
Alright, back in the action here as we are getting ready for this game. I feel like people just lagged out, Corn.
That's tough.
As we're here on Decoy. Oh, whoa. Is it Decoy? I don't even know which round we're in. But
Yes, this is Decoy.
Decoy. It's Los Pebles, whatever the other word is, against Team Veer. As Team Veer on the left side, Corn starting this off with Donut and Los Pebles Shadow.
Left side of the map, heavy point contention. The big barn over there, you get a lot of wall bangs, but more importantly, you got a bunch of doors that you can kind of walk through in the first hill on the hard point. Donut's going to fly inside. A little two-piece there from Donut's going to give the Team Veer at least a little bit of time inside of the hard point, but Los Pebles, they're going to be spawning close here, and that's kind of the big problem here if you are Team Veer, because you got those close spawns. You just got to be able to keep them off of that rotation over towards the point. So far, they've done a good job at doing just that, but the STG pushing up the map now, the contestant the hard point is still just 11-4.
But anyway, yeah, big contestants here. Team Veer coming out big. They're a big team in this league. They're one of the teams in the actual like K7 league, other than this play-in event. They went through qualifiers, Corn, and they had a outstanding season for themselves in qualifiers. Played in, I think they played in 5 out of the 6 events. Just kind of dominated the brackets, dominated what they could do. In general, for their team, really made a name for them. It's a brand new upcoming org for this team here side.
So far, showing what they have in store in the open qualifiers inside of this open tournament. Los Plebs starting to make their way back into the hard point. Chaos will go big for 2. Shadow finds 1. So that's 3 down. Now Team Veer off the respawn block. Going to be pushing back up the map. This is a really hard angle to push from, too. Especially if you have your ARs locking down over the middle of the map. Because you're going to spawn that you see all the way over towards the left side of the mini-map, that huge spawn that you get. You not only have to run up that right side, try to get a little bit of contention in middle map, but you also have to get past both of those trucks and those long lanes, and there's so many angles to watch that from if you are spawning close to that point number 2 hill, that again, it's going to be almost impossible to break into once you've gotten that hold on it. So as Team Veer, they go ahead and get the rotation on, but Los Pueblos, they're feeling comfortable right now. They're about I'd say a 30-40 point lead.
Oh yeah, they're definitely feeling comfortable. Gibby really trying to play, sneaking up in the back, trying to protect the OBJ. Is it Askew? 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 Askew. I think it's Askew.
I think, is it Azek?
Azek or Askew? Again, I'm illiterate, you probably heard me in the showers trying to pronounce Smith, but Team Veer, man, I was talking all big for them here. They're taking a 20-point deficit here in this hard point for the first map. As Chaos really putting a lot of time here. He's proven to us that he's the OBJ point man, as his team is already trying to go for the next rotations. As you see the mini-map, Blue holding back, ready for the next rotation. It's number 6, though, coming out. I think he's going to pull up through the back here. We're trying to at least flip spawns for their advantage.
I know it's still early, right? But at the same time, although it is early, I mean, Team Veer have looked good so far. There have been a couple of hills where I've seen a lot, but the one thing I've kind of noticed more so than anything else is every time the Team Veer have gotten themselves into a hard point or have found themselves on the rotation, it's been Los Plebes who've been able to not only break those hills, but be able to walk away with the majority of time, as we see the exact same thing once again. That's 15 seconds that Team Veer were able to hold for themselves, and then all of a sudden, it's Los Plebes who get inside the hill. That's what the Gammon Bomb will do. If you throw it a little bit too close, not only will it kill yourself, but it can kill your teammates and also take out maybe a teammate or two in the process with the help of the other team. So, you want to talk about the Gammon Bomb in general. Sure, it can be very, very helpful in a lot of situations. It's kind of the first we've seen in terms of like an impact grenade inside of Call of Duty in the last few years, and more importantly, it's there to kind of destroy the debris on the wall with the destructible barriers, but also it can clean up a lot of players that are a little bit too far out, as we've seen the Semtex do in past Call of Duties. You'd throw that in, it has a relatively short fuse on it, and you'd be able to blow that thing up and get the person killed. But with the Gammon Bomb, that thing explodes on impact, so you get maybe 1 or 2 shots in that player, throw a Gammon Bomb, they're done, they're dusted, and that could either be a free hill push, that could be free spawns, or that also could be a free kill inside of SD.
And that's one of the things you mentioned right before we got into this lobby about the GAs, right? Isn't that one of the items that you're looking to GA?
And not necessarily looking to GA. I would say they were trying to test it out to see how the gameplay felt without it. But I would say that as of right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to be too bad or too broken in that regard. But I will say, Team Veer, they've come back quite a bit here. 112-96. Los Plebs, they're in the hill right now. But with Team Veer being able to get back into this game, it's going to be a little bit closer and maybe a bit too close for Los Plebes as they're trying to get back as they're down still by 10.
Yeah, that deficit down by 10, like you said, as Los Pueblos gets the last scrap time at this point, and it's go time. As Team Veer is not at the point yet. Rotations not, you know, on point for them on this one. But they're making the game a little close here for them as Chaos and Fuego, I think that's how you say his name, you know, bringing it big for the Los Pueblos side. 2 OBJ guys. Usually, you only see, I mean, probably based on the games that I've seen in case I could be wrong. There's only one guy really had OBJ while the 3 are just kind of getting killed out there. One playing OBJ support, obviously, to make sure that they're backing up, you know, the points. Because this is an objective-based game.
Yeah, and I will say, like, it's very difficult to judge one team off of one game, or, you know, how a team is going to play in a generalized form, and after just one game or one hardpoint map. But what I will say here, at least for Team Veer, when I look at it, you know, you have a minute and 3 seconds there from Donuts. You got 36 seconds from Azik, and that's great. But only 9 seconds from Gibby with the submachine gun in hand. That's not going to get you many map wins, and unfortunately, sure, Gibby's at 20 and 14, leading the way in terms of slaying right now. But if you're able to slay out those lanes while also getting hill time, it's going to be that much more important and that much more valuable for your team. And if you look on the side of Los Plebes, yeah, sure, Shadow might be only 18 seconds, but 27 and 13, now 14. You've got 2 players who have over a minute and 10 seconds in the hill, and somebody who's got 40 seconds right now. It just doesn't compare to the side of Team Veer. And Los Plebes, they're dominating not only the game, but the scoreboard at the same time, simply due to the fact that they're playing more of a team comparative game.
Yeah, exactly. That's I see what you're saying there. Gibby coming up dirty big here for the Team Veer side, 25 and 15. Really smoking kids with this MP40 here in this event. I mean, they're still tracking back, but I think they're going to make a solid push here to get some the rest of these scrap points here. I mean, I put those down. Azik, is that what you say his name?
Yeah, I believe it's Azik.
Azik, yeah. Azik trying to really just survive at this point, being flashed, being stunned, walking into walls, reloading. His health is going back up, so that's a good sign for them. Very good scrap time here by the Team Veer side, really holding that hill down as, you know, they got pushed really hard there. Fuego trying to cut off the Team Veer side from advancing. There goes some kill streaks being played in. 20-point deficit here for the Team Veer side. Los Pueblos coming in big for this event, man. Never seen these boys play. And I think they're from Latam.
Well, supporting LATAM Challengers has been a huge step in the right direction for not only the competitive community, but the amateur scene as a whole. Last year, we made a really big push to try and cover more of the LATAM scene, but you see Flux go big for 3, and Azik go big for 1. That's going to be 4 down for the side of Los Plebes and allow Team Veer to get some points on the board. You did see Gibby invest one of the streaks there a little bit prior. So when they were trying to break into that hill that Los Plebes had under control, Team Veer was able to go ahead and get the kills, but fortunately enough, just a couple of seconds after, they get another 4-man down with the help of not just Azik, but Flux with the big 3-piece, and now find themselves down by just 10 points. With 5 seconds left, we'll find ourselves on the rotation back over towards the inside hardpoint. And again, this is going to be one of those hills that's all the way deep back in the map. And if you want to be able to break this, you're going to have to push all the way back to make sure you can block those spawns. Because it's like Modern Warfare. It's those squad spawns. You're going to force yourself to spawn with your teammates, even if the other team is more technically pushed up on the map than you.
Absolutely. Spawn advantage here for the Los Pueblos side. Getting in that point. They can look to finish it here. They can win it here. Nope, not anymore. But as Team Veer takes that back. One of the players I want to talk about is, I think you mentioned, is Flux. He started out going pretty bad, and I mean, he's still negative, but he's kind of brought back his weight in this game, and it's good to kind of see him kind of bounce back as he gets another kill, going 20 and 27. I was gonna say 17, but glitch, right? Team Veer holding down this, trying to make this a tied game. Before they go on to the next point, we can see it unfold here right in this next hard point for them. What do you think? Do you think they're still gonna fight off the one, or somebody's gonna win off this next one?
Well, I mean, Team Veer, they needed that scrap time to go ahead and give themselves a little bit of an advantage. Now they got to fly through the middle of the map. But one thing I want to say is that this game, more than the last couple of games we've seen, is going to be crazy when it comes to the amount of time that you not only have spent in engagements, but the total number of engagements every single game is going to be ridiculously high. So expect to see 40 bombs, maybe even a 50 bomb or two. I don't want to say necessarily on a regular basis, but a lot more frequently than we've seen in the last couple of years. However, though, Los Plebes inside of the hill, 30 seconds left. They can win off of this hard point. Gibby, though, going to try and get in. All they got to do is contest for about 5 to 6 seconds, and they can at least guarantee themselves another hard point and see the light of day. Now, at just 23 seconds left, they can't win off the hard point anymore. Team Veer at least going to hold on and keep themselves alive. They can actually walk away with the lead after this hard point onto the next set of rotations. Los Plebes, they need to be careful here, because if they're not, Team Veer could fly across the map, be able to get themselves set up for position in P1, and be able to take this game right over.
Oh, absolutely. Jimmy was about to go big over there, but, you know, he ran away and got killed. It's been a really big, huge win for this team right here, as I talked about. Gibby, 42 and 26, going big as some kill streaks have been here. They come as it's a tied game, but it's a 1-point game for Los Pueblos. Oh my god, this is unfolding.
Well, you got to think, this is going to be the last push here from the side of Team Veer. They got to get in 5 seconds left, pushing towards the point. 236 to 247. The contest is there. Gunfight's going in the way of the Los Plebes. That's going to be 4 down. That's going to be the win, and that's going to be a nap number 1 succession by the side of Los Plebes. Team Veer, they came out strong. They fought back hard, but unfortunately, it was a couple of key components inside of that game that don't allow them to necessarily have all it took at the end. And Los Plebes, although it got a little hairy, they looked like they were in firm control throughout the most of that map. I feel like this game in specific is going to play a lot like Modern Warfare, where a lot of the games are just going to be crazy close in terms of the hard points all the way down to the end of the game, but it's going to still feel like one team was in control more so than the other throughout the entirety of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just good games in general to kind of see Team Veer and Los Pueblos really come out of here. They're going to switch some of their hosts here because it's a host and map advantage. Obviously, for the teams here, we're doing the Challengers way of doing things. But interesting game. Interesting game. It was you know, really good to see. I thought Team Veer was going to come on top of that one, but you know, Los Pueblos making a name for themselves here for the LATAM community in K7. Just really showing that LATAM passion. I like saying LATAM, bro. That's like cool.
I will say, yeah, they have passion. That is the one thing I can confirm from being at LANs, from being just all over the place where there has been teams from the LATAM scene who have come to compete. The one thing that I always see more so than anything else is how loud they get, how passionate they get, but more importantly, how together they feel and how connected they are as a unit and as a whole. And that's kind of one of the things that I love the most, and why I've kind of, I guess, felt more of a connection with the LATAM scene over the course of this last year. Because, you know, if you know me, I love when people get passionate. I love when people are yelling. I love when people are screaming. I love when you get into the game, because that shows that you have that commitment to the game. That you're not just there because, oh, I'm decent at this game and I can play it. You're there because you want to win. It doesn't matter if it's something that's worth $5. It doesn't matter if it's worth something that's $1,000. You gotta have the same passion every time you get onto the game, and that's exactly what the LATAM scene brings to challengers and to the Call of Duty community in general. So I think that's something that I have really enjoyed watching over the last couple of months and over the course of the last year in terms of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and I hope that can continue not only this year, but having an even bigger spotlight on that LATAM community, because, again, like I said, there's a lot of really talented young players out there who deserve that spotlight, and hopefully we've done at least a little bit of justice in trying to bring that forward throughout the challenger scene this last year, and hopefully we can continue to do that going forward still this year inside of Vanguard.
I agree, man. I agree. You know, passionate people. I'm a Latino myself. Proud Latino. Woo! But you know, it is. It's true. It's something that they bring, and I know like Hex, you know, even pushed for it. You know, when the LATAM challengers and some of these small leagues in the LATAM area are getting a little more popular. It's not just that Gears of Wars vibe, because I'll tell you, man, that whole LATAM community is all about that Gears of Wars. You know, I don't know. I can't stand that game personally, but you know, everybody's a little different, obviously, and Call of Duty is just where it's at, and you know, just to kind of see, you know, what they do and what they bring to the scene, like you said, definitely makes a huge difference, and it's good to see. You know, it's not just the NA or even the EU challengers community growing, but it's going to be a big thing for the Call of Duty League itself and Call of Duty in general to kind of come together and see the passion of each player. Coming into these streams, coming in and seeing these teams play. It's really good to see. It's just like skill-based matches, and it was a close game here as we saw. One more map for the Los Pueblos boys, and they close this out. But I think Team Veer's got a statement to make. I think they're going to. I might have screwed the names up. Shoot. But hold on. Did I screw the names up? Sorry, guys. No, did I screw the names up? Gary.
Potentially, but at the same time, I feel like I'll be able to tell which team is which.
Yeah,
because last game.
we're going to Berlin.
Berlin Search and Destroy. Hero, the thing is
it's
about this map.
It's all hardpoint.
It's all hardpoint. Oh, never mind. Lol. So I was gonna talk about this map. At least in Search and Destroy plays a lot like London Docks did. At least in the sense of like where you're gonna be going, and it has a similar feel, obviously, because of the dock all the way over towards the left side of the map. But, as we continue to look over here towards point 1, Berlin's one of those maps that can be either a hit or a miss in a hard point, simply due to the fact because it's a very, very big map. I've liked it in the scrims that I've played on this map, but I've also had maps where I just absolutely despise everything about Berlin, so I feel like it's going to be one of those very polarizing maps throughout the entirety of the season if Berlin does stay in a competitive rotation for hardpoint at least. But as we see Los Plebes get back in towards the hardpoint, the situation where Team Veer cannot hold on to a hardpoint continues to hold the same course true. Every time they break in, they somehow lose it once again, and now we're going to be forced on the rotation all the way across the map. The second hardpoint about to pop in just 5 seconds.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be good VOD for them too, to kind of see, analyze, what they did wrong, kind of go back to the chalkboard and really kind of work on rotation. Some strategy really, just to kind of get their team back on top, and this is what they're doing right now, and they got to play the defense a lot better than they play offense. In terms of the map, I believe everything you said is absolutely true. It's a high-paced map. I think it's going to be more used in the search, to be honest.
Absolutely.
But search is really great in this map, and I actually watched the 2v2 Enable or I don't know who it was, but they were playing 2v2, and it was just great. It's a great map, high pace. Makes the search game a lot faster too, based on the criteria and what teams are playing, who's playing on the map. There's a lot of good hiding spots too. If you're by the bomb and you're playing to chalk time.
Yeah.
There's a lot you could do on this map in general, but really great to see. And Los Pueblos again coming in that point, just getting their knees back on the board on top again. The Team Veer looking to tie it right now with Gibby and Flux in it. Gibby goes down. Flux is the only one. Here comes the break by Los Pueblos. Shuzi. Breaking in that point, but he's 1 and 6, and Pueblos and Chaos just grabbing some time as Team Veer trying to break into it as they did. And Shadow outside the window taking shots, trying to piss them off. And that would be pissed off with somebody shooting outside the window and kind of going around. It's like chopping meat, bro.
Ourselves a little bit of a power match right now. Seems like it's going to be a battle of attrition throughout the entirety of this best of 3 series. Team Veer lost the first map by about 14 points. Los Plebes were able to narrowly escape that, although they looked to be in firm control throughout the majority of that match. A couple of late mistakes allowed the side of Team Veer to get back into it. Now see Flux and Gibby go ahead and find themselves a nice little 2-piece. A 20-second lead for the side of Los Plebes is really not going to be all that much, specifically noting that we have to go across the map in its entirety now to get over towards the next hardpoint. You see player number 1 in Donut Shop already set up, holding inside of the hardpoint for the time being. 45 seconds left on the point, so only 15 seconds have ticked off. But that's allowed Team Veer plenty enough time to go ahead and find themselves back into the lead of this hardpoint. All the way in the back, though, they still control the spawns. So as Los Plebes are starting to push up the map, it's going to be basically an uphill battle because Team Veer have every single thing in every single lane watched and taken care of.
Absolutely, it's a good spot where Donut is hiding. Got some kills there, was able to snag something. Confusing players from where you're shooting from, but they know where they are. They read that communications. Chaos going down. Fuego in the point, still finishing this off. Scrap time goes for Los Pueblos. So as long as Team Veer can play their points well and establish some dominance, points and kind of leave off and let the scrap time go for those Trailblazers and they're in the lead, they can win this game. But that's not the case in many times that we've been seeing, not just from this map, but from the last map, is they really have to insert their dominance when they play these points. You know, some guys are just kind of wandering off on the map instead of, you know, leaving two guys at the point, and it ends up happening. But see, this is what I mean. Gibby and, can't say it. Is key? But,
Isaac?
Isaac, yes.
Isaac?
Isaac and Gibby are always the guys doing this, and Flux is trying to keep up with them, but Flux is kind of going around supporting OBJ, and Gibby, I think he's going to play something else. But they stayed on this point. See, this is what I mean. The dominancy, they were able to maintain this point more this time, and I don't know if it's just because of map positioning, or if it's because they talked about that in the comps. Oh, God damn, that was a bad one.
36-point lead for Team Veer. This is giving them a slight advantage. We're back on the first hard point here. Berlin, as we said beforehand, can be quite a polarizing map, but so far it's given us a lot of action. Good amount of engagements. Unless you are Shuzzy at 3 and 14, well, then you're feeling a little bit not too fond of the map, but starting to maybe make a little bit of a push forward here. You get yourself your first kill in about 3-4 lives. A couple of players not going to push in the hard point, you find yourself to death again, and Gibby's going to be there for the shot. So, Team Veer on decoy maybe just weren't able to find the firm footing that they needed. Los Plebes, though, on the other hand, they just have not been able to seem to get much together. It's almost a complete opposite of what we saw in map number 1, where Team Veer now are going to be able to break these hard points, and Los Plebes, even though on rotations, are still going to be able to get broken out by Team Veer. So, you look at the rest of the map, still a long way to go to get to that 250-point mark, but right now, at least, Team Veer with a 54-point advantage, they're going to have to get at least a hill and a half on them if they want to even take that lead back.
And I should be a coach instead of a caster, because exactly what I told you is if they insert that dominance, play the point, man, Shadow going for the 3 but couldn't finish it off. Shadow goes down. That's a good defense by Team Veer. No, my casting for over, that was probably good while Modern Warfare was alive. But, you know, I think Team Veer can make it interesting and tie up the series if Philip can stay on that point for at least a little bit more. Because if they leave the last points to Los Pueblos, it'd still be like the low 20 points there for them, but not. Nope. Wrong, because it's going to be pretty much a 100-point club if they can stay here for 15 seconds.
Keep on moving forward, Team Veer. You see them around the map. They are basically all there and ready and set up over towards the next hard point. You got players number 5 and 8 starting to make the push. Chaos going to be the last one there to make the immediate play. You got a little player in play number 7. That's going to be Fueco. Playing a little bit behind, somehow goes ahead, finds the challenge straight through the front door. Is going to be able to win both of those 2 kills. So Gibby goes big, now going to be able to go ahead for a third. Oh, almost misses it because guess what? Bloom's in the game. Did I forget to mention that? So, you know, even though somebody might have perfect shots on somebody else, apparently we're trying to make this game seem like it's Valorant or CSGO or something or the other because Bloom does not belong in Call of Duty.
Not at all. And closing this out, I think Team Veer can say for themselves if they maintain this composure, they will win the map. Never mind, I lied. Mathematics, that's why we're casters. I don't know what I just did with the controller there. But, you know, positive play from Team V here. Susie in the point to end up the scrap time here for Los Pueblos as they move on to the rotations. But it looks like Blue's at advantage due to spawns. Gibby going big for them, hiding back in the same spot right here.
It's just every time rotations, man. Every time. Like, Team Veer has the rotations every single time there's a new hard point. Los Plebes just cannot get out because they're so worried about getting those last, like, 20 seconds of time to keep themselves in the game that it just hasn't worked out. Now you're just 15 seconds away from the win if you're Team Veer. Sure, you got a front-way push all the way up the street on the left side of the map by the A lane, but even that's not going to help. Sure, Chaos gets a kill there, and maybe you get in the hard point for a little bit, and yeah, you get the spawns, but it's going to be too little too late. 8 seconds left is all Team Veer needs, and you haven't shown an ounce of being able to rotate and keep those hills down, even if you get those rotations. This is going to be a Team Veer win because, once again, here comes the break, here comes the rotation, here comes the setup. Even if these 17 seconds go to Los Plebes, you're going to look across the map and look at Team Veer. They don't even care about pushing back to the point. They're already set up for the next hard point, and nobody from Los Plebes has even pushed halfway up the map yet.
that's the problem here on this map, as we talked about. And GG's Coach Hero for talking about rotations last game. I think they figured it out this one, and we're going to see a map 3 here, Corn, on stream. We've seen a few map 3s already in the event. We got a little update here in the bracket. CTC Gold goes down to I forgot the name. Team here takes the win on this map, making it a 1-1 series. We got a map 3, Corn. We got a map 3.
Yeah, we got a map 3, and I'm excited. That's all I can really say about this. I mean, these last 2 games have shown a lot about both of these teams, although it's only been 2 maps of Hardpoint. We've seen the good sides of both of these rosters, and now the question becomes, which side of these teams are we going to see in map number 3? Are we going to see the Team Veer roster that gets out on a big map, can rotate early, and can hold down those hardpoints? Or are we going to see a Los Plebes roster who can not only get across the map, but be that dominant force that holds down the hard points and lets Team Veer not be able to either retake a site, break into a site, and they go ahead and just win the entire thing. I think Team Veer showed a lot of confidence, not only towards the end of that decoy map, with being able to almost come back and take that map, but I think in that second map there, they really showed what dominance that they can assert on the map. And I said it was going to be really difficult to gauge both of these teams after map number 1, but after 2 maps have gone by now, it does look like Team Veer does have a little bit higher of an advantage. But I mean, I love this scoreboard here. You know, I saw right there 23 non-traded kills from one of the players on the side of Team Veer, and that's just one of those advanced statistics that we see inside of this game that that Sledgehammer has put up for us, that is going to really tell a story throughout the entirety of the year, because one of the most important things inside of Call of Duty is going to be trades. Making sure that, you know, your teammate dies, you're able to cover that kill up, and especially in a search and destroy situation. And, you know, if there's multiple times where you're around the map, and it's going to be telling for 2 different reasons, because one, if you're the player that's, you know, pushing up the map and there's a non-traded kill on your death, that's going to mean that you're playing by yourself maybe a little too much. You're going around the map maybe a little bit too fast, and then allowing your team to not be in a great position to where it could be a 4v3 instead of a 3v4 in that regard. And the same thing could be said about the rest of the team, maybe not being able to match the pace, specifically when you come test down to your 2 SMG players. You know, if the first SMG player is pushing up the map and the second one's not able to get those traded kills, that's going to be telling about how that team is going to be able to play together. And, you know, that's kind of what dictates how a team is going to be able to break in towards a hard point. And you look at Atlanta FaZe, for example, obviously they're the best team in Call of Duty right now, or at least have been for basically the last 2 years. But the thing you look at Atlanta FaZe and you see is when you have Simp and aBeZy running around the map together, not only are they just great SMG players in general, but both of those players are able to match pace with one another. And when aBeZy is able to get in towards the hill, maybe get those first maybe 2 or 3 engagements, if he isn't able to find maybe more than 1 or 2 kills, Simp is going to be immediately there to clean up those next couple of kills and be able to find themselves success in those hard points. And that's why you see Atlanta FaZe do so well. And that's not to discredit Celium or Arcides at the same regard, but when you're breaking into hard points like that with those 2 SMG players, it's going to completely change how you play the game, and it allows the entirety of the team to rally around you, while also having so much more map control, because the ARs will get you the map control to a certain degree. The SMGs are going to be, obviously it's a 50-50 game with your SMGs and ARs. Those SMG players are responsible for the hard points, getting all that time. The AR players are responsible for then being able to set yourselves up and then be able to continue to hit those with those SMGs. So it's just a tag team game. I mean, that's why Call of Duty has been so good over the last few years. It's because, like, we went from like BO2 where there were set roles in the game where you had your anchor, your OBJ player, you had all this kind of shit, and then then it changed into now it's just like, okay, you have your 2 ARs and your 2 SMGs. Sure, you might have a Slayer still, or you might have somebody that likes to play OBJ just a bit more than somebody else who's going to be able to go out and get those kills. But those traditional roles of Call of Duty have been long gone for the last few years, and we're really starting to see, at least in this game, how that's going to affect us throughout the entirety of the year. Sure, there's still GAs that are going to come. Still, there's going to be metas that are shifted up. And I believe we're probably going to see even more weapon changes that are going to allow different weapons to maintain and kind of have their fair share inside of the entire game as a whole. But, I mean, going back to the point that I had in that last map, you know, the one thing I want to see this game take out completely is the Bloom, because again, Bloom has no place inside of Call of Duty. It hasn't been there for years, and it's one of those things where like people like playing Call of Duty because it's hit scan. People don't like having to guess where their bullets are going to go, especially when you can't control that. In games like, say, Valorant or CSGO, you can somewhat control the pattern of the recoil. If you're aiming somebody down and they're flying across the map with how fast-paced Call of Duty movement is, you're not going to be able to predict where those shots are going to go. You're not going to be able to predict where your Bloom is going to be hitting on a player. All you can do is just spray and spray and pray across the map. And as they're sliding across, you could be lining up your shots perfectly. You could be tracking them perfectly, and half of your shots just could miss, and then you could end up dying because of it, even though you made an incredible play. And it's just not up to you in those situations. And that's what I think is kind of the worst thing that has ever happened to Call of Duty, because if it's not broke, don't fix it. We have this problem every single year where there's one thing that happens or there's one thing that's changed that simply doesn't need to be changed or nobody asked about, but they want to do it because it's different. And I think we need to start getting away from that and fixing the things that everybody's complaining about the most, opposed to complaining or fixing the things that nobody is complaining about.
Yeah, that's true. It's some of these patches that they make is totally, you don't need to fix some of the things that needed to be fixed, and it's just like it's tough, man, because it just challenges the game a little bit in terms of like how the game's performance is really, and you know, I agree with you. There's nothing.
It turns people off.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I think that's what happened really to more of like I was gonna say Black Ops, Cold War. There's just too many things added to it and too many patches made that weren't really necessary, really. And that's why you saw a lot of people not really want to play anymore. They were just waiting for this new title to come off, and hopefully that's something they take into consideration and they don't do, right?
I mean, like, yeah, yes and no, because like with Cold War, like it was almost a regression to a better place after Modern Warfare, because you had the Modern Warfare year. The Modern Warfare year was a little strange. I think we can all agree on. But then we went back to Cold War, and it again, at least for me, it felt like we were back to more of a traditional Call of Duty game. It felt like we were back with our 3-lane maps. We were back with our ARs that could cover a lane, with our SMGs that could get up close and be crazy. You know, the game felt, I don't want to say necessarily better than what we'd had in years, but the game definitely felt more polished than what we had seen from the last few Call of Duty titles.
Yeah.
And with Cold War being the way it was, you know, I don't necessarily think that there was too many patches or too many things that changed about the game that made it like a different Call of Duty game. I think it was just an okay Call of Duty game in general, due to the fact that it's what we needed. We needed a reset. We needed a refresh year inside of Cold War, opposed to what we had in Modern Warfare, because Modern Warfare was so drastically different from what we had been used to in Call of Duty over the last few years that it completely changed the expectations of the competitive scene comparatively to the actual casual players. And like, people got to remember, at the end of the day, like, although we do this for our jobs, esports are for, like, you know, they're for fun, but they're also for the aspect of, you know, you're doing it as careers in a lot of different ways. Call of Duty as a whole is not made for us. It's not made for the competitive player. It's made for the casual fan. Right. It's made for the casual player. And we have to go along with that every single year. And yes, companies and the developers do try to give us a competitive mode that is going to be good, because there is a lot of money pumped into the competitive scene. However, again, you gotta realize, like, you know, obviously with Warzone coming out, that hasn't really helped the competitive scene necessarily. But at the same time, you take the competitive scene in consideration with the casual side in Warzone, both of those things being a lot bigger in terms of general player count than in the actual competitive scene. So then you have the competitive scene that kind of, I don't know, it doesn't get left hanging out to dry, but, you know, it's just kind of sitting there and laying and waiting for someone to uplift that. And again, I think we're in good hands with Sledgehammer. I think they do a good job at being able to balance the casual gameplay to the competitive gameplay. But the things that they try to do to change and spice up the actual multiplayer for the casual fans directly impacts the competitive scene. And no matter what you do, sometimes it can't be fixed and it can't be changed. And I know I've ranted for long enough, so we're going to give you gameplay now here on Bakage. Team Veer going up against Los Plebes in a game number 3, the final game of this best of 3 series. One team will survive, one team will go home. We'll have to figure it out here after 250 points are scored by either team.
Absolutely, 250 point. As that point starts in the middle there for them, Chaos gets his first blood, and Waco tries to put team. Teams are inverted, by the way, guys. Anybody watching the stream, Los Pueblos is the blue team, Team Veer is the other team. Continuing this game, hardpoint still in Los Pueblos' hands as they control this a little bit better now, and now the concession comes in from Team Veer. As all of Team Veer goes down, that whole kill streak lights up blue. Waco really playing well here, 4-2 already with 12 seconds in the point. And we see City kind of playing a little better now on this map than when we've seen him in the last game, starting off 3-14. Not so hot for his team, but he's making it up for it now. As the points point will now shift over to the tank in order for, you know, the next rotation to start. As Flux is already in there for Team View. Can you hear?
Yeah, I was just wondering why the reticle was so big on one of those guns. Like he was aiming down the sights with it, and the thing looked like it was taking up the entirety of the screen in the middle portion of it. But I mean, I was gonna say here, like, you know, it's kind of crazy how you can go from one game to another where you get 3 kills inside of like the first like 4 rotations, and then you can immediately bounce back to where you're now at 3 where you have actually tied the amount of kills you had through 3 hard points inside of the second hard point here. So Call of Duty is a weird game because like a lot of other games, there's the consistencies and inconsistencies from game to game of different players, but you know, I think to watch a player go from 3 and 14 to just 3 and 3, I mean, it doesn't really matter overall in the general sense, but that's another thing that makes Call of Duty so special to me is because, like, yeah, you're gonna have your guys that perform on a consistent basis every single game and game in and game out, but you're also gonna have those guys that have those pop-off games, those X factors that you see, and you just never know who is going to provide that little boost that you might need to win a map. And somebody could just be having a great game. Someone could just be popping off. It's like any game, in any sport, any esport, anything. So, you know, you could have the worst player on your team statistically go off and have the biggest game of the entire career, or the biggest game of the tournament or whatnot, but they could also have the best player have the worst game. So it just depends on what you're going to get from each player on a consistent basis.
So now it's 2 players using that reticle, and that's the hero because I wear glasses and I need those kind of reticles to actually get shots on people, man. Because that's, oh my god, that is weird. That kind of like bothers me. But, going on to this next point, 50 seconds here as Los Pueblos is leading down Team Veer. Again, inverted team. Team Veer still taking the lead here as it's about 20-point lead right now as they're getting ready to rotate over to the next point. Rotations are for blue. Looks like they're... Oh no, actually, I lied. It's contested. So the next point is on the barn. I don't know what I was looking at. I think I was looking at the old point. We're at the barn here with... Los Pueblos really sitting down and trying to figure out, you know, what to do here because this is their only map. It's win big or go home. I'm trying to think of a quote, bro. Can't like even think straight. There's so much fights and gunfights going on as that whole kill streak goes out red. Gibby getting kills again. Gibby, man, I'll say this. I don't know if you realize this, but he was the final kill, or he was the kill cam in both games. He popped off both games. I think he's got over like, I want to say well over 200 engagements by now in this entire series.
It's possible. I've been watching and keeping an eye out on him pretty much the entirety of the games that we've been watching so far. And it's been nice to see Gibby have this kind of performance, specifically due to the fact that it's not just the blank kills that you're being able to put on the board that can, you know, sometimes be considered as, you know, maybe not so important kills on the map. But he's had the objective time to go along with it in every single game. So when you have your Slayer being able to put up big numbers, but also being able to get inside of the hill, collect the time for your team, and put yourselves in a better situation overall, it's going to be nice for your team. And Gibby has provided that spark so far. 20-9 right now. 38 seconds left on the point. Team Veer, they were in the hard point, but Los Plebes are going to be able to jump in for a bit of time. Shadow from over the top is going to be able to find a few shots. They look all the way back over towards the left. The spawns are going to be a little bit weird here, but Shadow is going to be able to get behind another one before he is taken out. So a 20-point game still in favor of Team Veer, as they're going to be able to break back in for the last, I would say, about 15 seconds.
Yeah, and they're going to definitely get good on these rotations because they were all alive after all those engagements. That whole kill feed went red, as it still stays red for the Team Veer side, really dominating it. I think they found their mojo. A little bit of a update here in the actual bracket itself. Team Final Strike advanced over CTC Gold, outlast the opposition over 2-0 over FIMS Gaming, and Weak Buns lost to Vibe Squad. As some of the people who are watching want to kind of get an update on your other teams that are playing here, those are your recent updates as the point went back to the middle. Shadow on a 5-killing spree. No, not anymore, because that is Caster's curse. God damn it, hero, you just cursed me.
Well, alright. 25 seconds left on the point. 3 kills down. Gibby's going to be able to find 2. Next rotation will be over towards the AS&D building. You look to Shadow now, who's going to hop around the corner. Chaos trying to push up back. Actually, I lied. It's over towards the tree here. My mind is all over the place right now. It's a new game. You don't know exactly where the rotations are going to be unless you've grinded the game every single day. And there's been some other things that have taken over my time just a bit. Like, I've been playing a lot of Forza. Forza 5. That's been a lot of been that's a really fun game. Yeah. I like collecting cars. The cars are cool.
I know you drive a Ferrari in real life. Well, that
Dude. Low-key, like, Ferraris are beautiful. Don't get me wrong, right? But, like, if I were to have, like, a dream car that I was going to be able to drive around, I'm not picking a Ferrari.
What?
I'm picking, like...
Bugatti.
Nah, I don't want a Bugatti, because Bugattis, like... They're cool, but they're expensive. They're fast, yeah, but when am I going to be able to go fast in one of those? That's just going to be for show, and it's so expensive that, like... I'm not going to be able to ever have that much money to be able to buy a Bugatti, but like, you know, I'll like if I had to pick between a car, like, you know, like if it's something in my price range, I'd like to have maybe like some sort of BMW or maybe some sort of like, I don't want to say Lamborghini, but Lamborghinis are sexy as hell. But like my dream car, right? If I'm taking a dream car, I'm taking a McLaren
V1. Okay, I respect that. I would pick a Lotus. That's my dream car. I know.
A Lotus? Okay, Lotus are nice.
Lotuses are nice, and a lime green Lotus or a yellow Lotus, I'd drive any day of the week, even if it's snow.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do that because that would ruin the car. But you know,
there's some really nice Aston Martins out there too that I'd really love to have.
There is. But that car right there in the game, this one right here, that's your car.
What car? What, a little 1940s little Jeep?
What's it called?
Like a Model T? Yeah. Like a little Ford Model T driving around. Meet me, like. Bro, dude, those things don't even have air conditioning, dude. Like, I'm in Florida, man. Like, I need air conditioning in my car. Bro, you see, if I roll my windows down, it's 90 plus degrees with a humidity of 99%. If I open my windows, my gooch is sweating before I can even say thank you.
Back to the game here. Team Beer taking a 204 to 127 lead. About to get a 100-point club if they maintain this control on the point. As I said it, I cursed them. And, getting them off. Gibby, excellent fire here. 38 and 23. I don't know. Was it reloading or was that a lag?
I don't know what it was. Either way, probably just a reload. But, I mean, again, we talked about Gibby earlier on, and it's hard to just understate, or rather, it's hard to state how good a player has been for a team specifically. But, I mean, you look at Flux there getting a couple kills. Donut Shop's going to be able to find a couple as well. Put himself over the 30-point mark. And now you got two players already just combining for 68 kills here, and we're not even on the third set of rotations yet. Team Beer has looked really, really good and really strong in these last two games. Maybe it was just a slow start in map number 1 that didn't allow them to get much. And Decoy can be a really iffy map for a lot of teams too, so I really don't put all that much weight on that map number 1 performance from the side of Team Beer, but these last two have shown me a lot of promise. They've shown me a lot of grit and tenacity from the side of Team Beer, but going forward, I think this is going to be a team that we're going to have to keep an eye on, not only inside of the next season of the K7 League, but just throughout the rest of this Hardpoint Open.
Yeah, Hardpoint switching over to River, Blue hopping all over that Hardpoint right now, trying to make up for that time. They are about 60 points down, and they can get this if they focus on it, but as I cursed them, here is Beer trying to close it out. Flux is in that point. Got about a minute and 15 seconds of OBJ here. Shadow trying to make his way over as Los Pueblos hops on that point, trying to survive here. He's got the big glass relic. Oh my god, that thing is huge. That's nearsighted right there for you. But
that has to be a Codcaster glitch. Like that, there's no way that's not a Codcaster glitch. There's no way dudes are rocking that reticle around the map.
No, he's rocking that reticle.
No, he ain't. Yeah, no, he's okay. He's not right. Okay, yeah, no, that's absolutely a Codcaster glitch. Because if I were to run that on my gun, I don't know what I would do. Also, I was looking at like the single yellow dot on like some of the other weapons, and it looks so much bigger than it actually does when you're just running around the map with it. So I think the Codcaster is kind of just blowing the reticles up a little bit, but I don't mind it all that much. It gives us something to talk about. It gives us something to vamp about while Team Beer is still continue to take the lead. But you can't count all those plebas just yet. They've been starting to make this comeback just a bit, and although you get Team Beer back in towards the hard point, every single time that it's been looking like a Team Fear win, well, I was going to say it's going to usually be a little bit of a flip on the map, but Flux goes big once again. That's a second three-piece in the last 2 maps, gives the side of Team Fear now to the 240-point mark. 10 points to win it. They can win it off of this hill. Los Plebes are going to be able to push in, keep themselves alive for a little bit of time. They're not going to get this last extra tick, and on the rotation, Los Plebes is there. They can't win off of this hard point either. They're going to have to at least see another hard point, but you're going to have to play basically perfect here, because 4 points is all that the side of Team Beer needs to close this out in Game 3.
Looks like Los Pueblos really made a good push there, rotation there, late for the Team Beer side, trying to break in, goes down there, goes Franco, but Susie still in that point, trying to find him, couldn't get it. Here comes the kill streaks, everybody's sneaking out at the point, and it's Team Beer trying to close it out. No way! The point in, it's contested again.
Oh!
No way. No, this did not just
That streak was huge. That streak was big because it got them all off the point. Now Shadow and the rest of the team can set up. The spawns are still close there for the side of Los Plebes. Team B are going to be able to get inside of the point, and they'll do it. Got a little close right there. I love how that streak came in and made it a little bit more at least contested and getting everybody outside of that hard point, but I like how the streak didn't come down too quickly, didn't allow everybody from the side of Los Plebes to get back into the point, or Team Veer to get back into the point to win the game outright. But either way, Team Veer, they played a great map number 1. Unfortunately, we're just about 14 points short, but then in map number 2 and map number 3, they really were the team to beat. They were the kryptonite for the side of Los Plebes, and now find themselves moving on inside of the tournament, inside of the hard point play-in for weekend number 1. And Los Plebes, unfortunately, they'll be going home. Good luck to you next time, but unfortunately, your run's come to an end.
His run has come to an end as Team Veer takes this, advances to the quarterfinals. They will be playing Millennium 7, who has been waiting patiently for them. As we get some match updates here in the quarterfinals, Hyped Esports is going up against Vibey Squad. We'll actually take a little look here at the bracket since we're talking about it anyway. Multi-screen, let's go. Alright, so we're looking at the bracket here in quarterfinals. We're going to see here just very shortly Team Veer will advance over to Millennium 7. And there you go, as you saw me say it has happened. Outlast is still in their match with Impulse, as Team Final Strike just won recently against CTC Gold, waiting for their semi-finals match. We're going to see some Desert Siege and Tuscan and Berlin here for the quarterfinals. Probably not too happy about the first map, but definitely will be interesting series to play out. A challenge that nobody really would wait for that map. But we're actually going to queue off here on the stream and wait for the final games to happen, as we've seen quite a few games today, and we missed quite a few good ones too. We saw a lot of 2-1s there in the bracket, but overall we saw a really great match go on right now, and shout out to that LATAM community once more. Shout out to Corn for being here, man. Shout out to Hero trying and screwing up, but it was overall great to watch, great to see COD. Shout out to Comica for not coming. He's gonna hate me for saying that, but
shout out to him having to do work somewhere else and skipping out on this.
Yeah,
God,
COD, bro.
couldn't be me, man. Couldn't be me.
Life. COD is life, bro.
This guy Kyle, man.
This guy Kyle. But overall, great performance from all teams here in the play-in weekend. For all hardpoint, we got another play-in weekend happening next week. Registrations start tomorrow, and we got another mix coming in for you in terms of the play-in weekend. We are doing Sunday duos. Yeah, so that's right. Grab a buddy. We are doing search only every Sundays, because you know why? Sundays are made for champions, Corn.
Are they though?
They are champions. Like
yeah,
you.
They are. Yeah, champions. Like, that's why I've never made it to Sunday. Either way, gonna kick it to a quick break. When we come back, our top 8 commences. Our quarterfinals continue. And the play-in weekend for the K7 League will stay underway.
We'll see you soon.